Hello, welcome back for another workout. Today is all about our glutes. So we'll be challenging the lower half of our body. Nice express quick workout though, fitting into my baby's nap time. The workout is pre and postnatal friendly, so you can come along if you're pregnant or you've had a baby recently. And you'll just need your reformer and optionally your squishy chi inflatable Pilates ball if you have one. We're going to use it as a pillow for our side lying leg press, but if you don't have one, that's absolutely fine. So I have got two heavy springs and one light spring on my machine. So 2 heavy springs plus 1 light spring. If you want something a little friendlier, just go for the 2 heavy springs for our warm up. If you want something a bit more challenging, those energy levels are feeling good today, we can go 2 heavy springs plus a medium spring. So 2 heavy plus a light is your standard. Take your squishy ball onto your headrest and take a lie down on your machine on your side. So we'll start lying on our left hand side, so our left ear is going to come down to that squishy ball on our headrest. Use your top hand to find the back edge of that reformer and shuffle your hips all the way to the back edge of that machine. Your knees are tucked up on that carriage, and just take a second maybe with that top hand to make sure that your top shoulder is stacked on top of your bottom one and your top hip is stacked on top of your bottom hip. You can take your top foot to your foot bar, lifting your knee so your hip, knee and heel are all in alignment. And just give that top hip a little nudge down back towards the foot bar. I want you to think about finding a feeling of lift underneath that left side of your body. Nice deep inhale breath, and on your exhale, push heavy through that left heel, send that carriage all the way out to the top. And inhale breath to float that carriage back down to the stopper. Go again. Exhale, push. And inhale, return. Exhale to extend, leaving a little micro bend in your knee at the top. And inhale to return. Beautiful. So as we start to move here, take the first couple of reps just to settle into the movement. Notice how your body is feeling today, how that right leg is feeling today. Start to send your attention to the muscles that are working, so squeezing that glute on the way up. And maybe thinking into the back of that right thigh, your hamstring on the way down, to really control that movement. And top hand is where it's comfy. I've got mine on my shoulder block. You can have it just on the carriage, or if you are doing this pregnant, maybe underneath your bump just to give your belly a little bit of support. It's nice too. Make sure that knee isn't lowering or lifting. Keep it tracking about the same height as your foot bar. Relax your neck. Yep, starting to warm up now. And make sure you're pushing through your heel onto that foot bar. So keep those right toes nice and light. If you're finding it hard to press that heel heavy, try shuffle your foot forward on that foot bar. Sometimes helps. Nice, a couple of reps in your top range. So just coming into halfway and then pushing straight back out. Just coming into halfway, pushing straight back out. Nice. Make sure that top hip is still pushed down towards your foot bar, so you've still got that feeling of lift. Nice. And we'll just pulse it halfway to finish off our warm-up. So find that halfway point, that heaviest point of your movement, and hold. We're going to exhale, pulse up an inch. Inhale, down an inch. Nice. Squeezing into that glute. Feeling it in that quad too. Good. 6. Deep breaths. Last 4. Lengthen your breaths out. Last 2. And on one, you can press to the top and then float that carriage all the way in. Nice. Give that top glute a little punch out. And then we're going to roll over to the other side straight away. So take your time to get there. Same movement just on the other side. So roll yourself on over. Ball can stay on that headrest. This time right ear is going to come to rest on that ball. Take a moment to set up. So your hips are to the back, your knees are tucked. Top hip, top shoulder are stacked. And give that top hip a little nudge backwards. Your top foot is going to come to that foot bar all the way to the front edge. And then when you're ready, we start to push that carriage away. And inhale, slow return. Exhale, push away. Inhale, slow return. So again, these first few reps are just to settle in. Notice how that left side is feeling today. So maybe it's feeling a little stronger than the right, or maybe it's feeling a little less strong. Either is fine, we just notice. Make sure you're pushing through your heel, keeping those left toes nice and light. Challenge is to keep breathing normally, so lengthen out that exhale as you push away. Lengthen out that inhale as you return. Remember, top hand can be supporting that bump if you are doing this pregnant. And give me a couple of reps in your top range. So the next time you're all the way at the top, just inhale into halfway, find that heaviest point. Exhale away. Inhale halfway. Exhale away. Just this. Squeezing into your glute as you push to the top. Digging heavy into that heel on the foot bar. Relax your neck. Lift that side of your waist off the carriage. One more and then we'll go into our pulses. So find that halfway point and then just those little pulses. Exhale up an inch. Inhale down. Keep it slow. Exhale up. Inhale down for 6. Heel heavy. Left toes light. Oh gosh, for 4. Burning through the quad as well. Last 2. And push to the top on 1. Oh, nice. Come all the way down. And then you can take a seat on your machine. Nice work. All right, we're going to come into some squat work now. So change your springs over. You've got 2 options here. Your slightly friendlier option is going to be a medium spring plus a light spring. 1 medium plus 1 light spring. And if you're up for a bit more of a challenge for those glutes today, you're going to do 1 heavy spring instead. So 1 medium plus 1 light is friendlier, or 1 heavy spring is your challenge. That ball can go out of the way. We'll do that right glute first. So once you've got your springs on, you're going to come around to stand on the right side of your machine. And then you're going to step your right foot up onto your solid platform. Use that foot bar to support you if you need to. You're going to step your left foot to the edge of that moving carriage. So standing up nice and tall, maybe hands to your hips, and bring your weight into the outer edges of your feet. From here, we're going to find a little... Oh, I've left a heavy spring on my machine. I thought that was really heavy. There we go. So from here, you're going to find, that's better, you're going to find a little gap between the carriage and the stopper. And then this is going to be your new start position. So as best you can, we're going to keep that carriage just that little distance away from the stopper through this whole exercise. So starting with your squat, as you inhale, send your hips back, bending through both of your knees. Keep your weight even for now. Inhale to sink down, keep that carriage still. And exhale, press through your heels, squeeze into those glutes to rise. Inhale, sink down, find your squat. Maybe bring those hands out in front of you if it helps you find your balance. And then exhale, rise tall. Inhale to sink down. So moving as slow as you need to keep that carriage nice and still. And exhale to rise. Inhale to sink down. And then exhale to rise. Beautiful. So this is your base layer movement. As we sink down to find that squat, I want you to think about those knees staying tracking out over those toes. So I like to have a slight little outturn with my toes here. Just helps me make sure that those knees aren't going to knock together. And keep coming back to that feeling of core engagement too. So that feeling of zipping up your core from your pelvis to the bottom of your rib cage. Nice. Beautiful. All right, let's add on. So still keeping that carriage nice and still. Try not to let it hit the stopper. The next time you find your squat, hold here. Transfer your weight into your right foot, the one on the solid, non-moving platform. Then you're going to drive that carriage out with your left. Slow return just to that start position. And then we rise tall. So sink down, find that squat, weight in that right foot. Drive that carriage out and return. And then we slowly rise. Find your squat, brace through that right glute, brace through your belly, one skate, then we rise. Ow. Give me 5. Squat, skate, return, rise. 4 more. Don't let that carriage hit the stopper. I'm struggling with this one, team. 3 more. And I've only gone for my medium plus light spring. Good on you if you're doing this with a heavy. Last one, then we'll take a little break. Nice. You can bring that carriage all the way into your stopper on that last one. Give your glutes a little tap out, little wobble out for those legs. And then we're going to come down for our finisher. So you're going to find your squat and then we're just going to work those skates out and in. So take a little breather, take a nice deep breath, psych yourself up. And then inhale, let's meet in that squat. Exhale, drive that carriage away. Inhale, close, go again. Exhale, drive. Inhale, close, beautiful. Keep your weight over that right foot and watch that right knee isn't moving with your carriage. That right knee stays over that right ankle. You're here for 5, 4, 3, belly button pulls in, last 2, last 1, bring that carriage in, don't let it hit the stopper. We pulse down and down, 5, heels are heavy, 4, 3, keep that carriage still if you can, last 2, and then you can rise tall on 1 to slow close that carriage. Ow. All right, use that foot bar to support you. Left foot is going to step carefully down off the back of your machine, and then that right foot can come to join it. My God, that was hard. All right, we're going to finish off that right glute, and then we'll do the other side. So let's change back. One light spring is your friendly option here, your friendlier option. If you want that little push for your glute, we can go one medium spring instead. So one light spring friendlier option. You're going to come to a 4-point kneel on your carriage. I like to have my hand on that headrest and shuffle yourself. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Sorry. You're going to shuffle yourself slightly over to the right so that right knee is basically on the edge of your carriage. Grab your large loop, the right side one, off that post and pull it down until you can get that large loop over the arch of your right foot. Then you're going to shuffle those knees slightly back to find a 4-point kneel. So wrists under the line of your shoulders and then your knees under the line of your hips. I'm going to put my right hand just behind that shoulder block. Hover that right knee and then exhale, drive that right heel out towards the foot bar. Couple like this. Inhale, bend. Exhale, drive. Keep that belly button pulled in here, so a little bit of core work too, just to keep us stable. And if you're finding that strap is rubbing too much on your right arm, you can try and move yourself just slightly more over towards the right side, or just adjust where that arm is. You're going to keep lifting out of that left shoulder, so try not to collapse into that left shoulder. And try to keep those shoulders and those hips even. We go for our sweeps. So the next time you send that heel away, keep that leg nice and long. On your inhale, long leg is going to sweep down to the right side of your machine, just about in line with your hip. Your gaze can look down towards that right toe. And then exhale, long leg sweeps back up. Inhale, long leg sweeps down. Exhale, long leg sweeps up. Nice, guys. Might be feeling this in your supporting left glute as well. It's totally normal. Good job. Can you give me 6? 5, 4, 3, 2. On your last one, let's hold. So sweep that leg back, heel to hip height if you can. And then can you give little circles? So draw little circles with that heel one direction for 5, 4, 3, pull that belly button in. On 2, reverse the circles. 5, 4, lift out of that left shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. You can pull that knee all the way in. So good. Take that large loop off your foot, place it over the post, and you can walk those knees forward. Maybe take a seat on your carriage. Let's stretch out that left leg, the right glute, before we move on to the left. So right ankle over left thigh, if that feels good for you. And maybe take a little lean forward to get into that hip flexor and glute on your right side. You're going to keep that right foot flexed just to protect your knee. Some nice deep belly breaths, slow that body back down. We've got the other side of our squats, although we'll do it a little bit quicker this time because we've already worked those glutes. And then the left side of our donkey kicks as well. All right, dig deep, here we go. Your spring options for your squat to skate: 1 medium plus a light, friendlier, or you had your one heavy spring as your slightly more challenging option. Face your machine. This time you've come off the left of it, and then your left foot is going to step up onto your solid non-moving platform. You can use that foot bar to support you as you carefully bring your right foot to the edge of your moving carriage. Stand up nice and tall, zip up that core, weight is to the outer edges of your feet, and slide that carriage out just a little bit, just to find that gap between the carriage and the stopper. Moving as slow as you need to keep that carriage nice and still. Inhale, sink down, bend through both knees, push your hips back, chest tips forward. Exhale, press through both heels evenly to rise. Inhale, find your squat. Exhale, rise. Inhale, squat. Exhale, rise. Beautiful. So keep that carriage still. Don't let that carriage hit the stopper. Focus on keeping that core zipped up and those knees tracking over your toes. So don't let those knees knock together. And keeping your weight in the outer edges of your feet is going to help that. So lift the arches. Beautiful. Should we start to add on that skate? I'm already shaking a bit here. So the next time you sink down, find that squat. Weight is going to transfer into that left leg. Send that carriage away. Return, not all the way into your stopper. Rise tall. Find your squat, skate, slowly bend, and then we rise. Keep your weight over that solid platform as you skate that carriage away. So we're not relying on our body weight to get that carriage out. Doesn't matter if you can't extend your leg all the way out, no worries. I'm struggling. Just make sure that left knee is staying over your solid platform as you skate it out. Can you give me 6? Oh my God, do I have 6 in me? Inhale, squat. Exhale, out. Inhale, in. And rise. You've got 5. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Drive it out. Slowly rise. You've got 4. Come on, we can do it. Ooh. 3 more. Holy. Okay, good. 2 more. Dig deep. I'm speaking to myself as much as to you. Last one, then we'll take a rest. Oh, Lord. Okay, rise tall. Bring that carriage in. Give those glutes a little tap out. Oh, gosh, okay. We've got those skates at the bottom, then those pulses. And we can do it as a team. Come on, we've got this. Shake out those legs, tap out those glutes. All right. You're going to find that little gap between your carriage and the stopper. Sink down, find that squat, and just those skates out and in. Dig your left heel heavy into that solid platform. You've got 6. Whew. 5. Weight over your solid platform. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Don't let that carriage come in all the way. We pulse down and down. Weight is even through those heels. 6. 5. 4. Yes, you can for 3. Last 2. 1. We rise tall and close that carriage. Use your hand on your foot bar. Right foot steps down off the back of your machine first and walk it out. Was it just me? Or was that really hard? All right, you're going to come round to the right side of your carriage now. We've got 1 more exercise, and then we can have a lovely, very well-deserved stretch. Catch your breath, and then we're going to change our springs. 1 single light spring, or 1 medium spring if you did want that challenge for your sweeps. Okay, come to take that 4-point kneel position on your carriage. You're going to take your left large glute this time. Give it a nice tug down. So you can place that large loop over the arch of that left foot. Shuffle your knees back, finding that 4-point kneel, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Pull your belly button in and just make sure you're shuffled to the left edge of your carriage. Nice deep inhale breath, hover that left leg and send that right heel out towards your foot bar. Inhale breath to bend it in. Exhale press. Inhale bend. So you just switch up the position of your left hand if that strap is rubbing against it, or see if you can shuffle yourself slightly further over to the left. Little squeeze into that left glute each time you push away. And it's hard, but try keep your shoulders and your hips nice and square. So make sure as you're pushing away, you're not opening that top hip. You're keeping both hips aimed down towards the carriage, towards the ground. Let's go for those sweeps. So drive that carriage away, find that nice long straight leg. Inhale, long leg sweeps down towards the left side of your machine. Gaze looks down towards your toe. Exhale, sweep it back up again. Inhale down. Exhale, sweep it back, squeeze the glute. Inhale down. Exhale, sweep. Inhale down. Exhale to sweep. Starting to feel this in my right glute as well. But just keep sending your mind to that left glute. Make sure you are just giving that left glute a little squeeze, especially at the top. So we're working both sides. Keep lifting out of that right shoulder. Nice. Can you give me 6? 5. Moving with control. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Just those little circles to go. Find that nice long leg. Circles in one direction first. Draw them with your heel. So your toes still face the ground for 5. 4. Belly button in for 3. On 2. Reverse the circles. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Draw that leg all the way in. Nice. You might want to shuffle those knees forward to get that large loop off. Place it back over your post. Come to take a seat on your carriage. This time, left ankle over right thigh. Keep that left foot nice and flexed. Maybe slightly lean forward to deepen the stretch if that feels nice. Man, really humbled myself with that one. That's good though, I feel like I worked. All right, we'll take a nice stretch. So you can stay on the same spring, either a light or a medium. If you are pregnant or still breastfeeding, or just taking it a little bit easier with the stretches today, I would swap to a medium spring if you're not already on that medium spring, just so it's a little bit more supported. So you're going to start on the left side of your carriage, so your machine is on your right. That left foot is going to come nice and close to your machine. Hands can come to your foot bar, and rest your right knee down on the carriage with your toes against the shoulder block. Start to slide your knee away, nice deep bend into that left leg to come down to find your hip flexor stretch. So you can keep your right knee just down on that carriage. And bring your hands where they're comfortable. So they might stay on your foot bar. You might bring your forearms or your hands down to your solid platform. They might come down to the railings or the floor, wherever is more comfortable. And you can either take a little rock back and forth with this one, or take it nice and static. Maybe trying to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch each time you exhale, whatever you feel like, whatever feels good for your body. Lengthen out your inhale. Lengthen out that next exhale. Beautiful. We'll come up into a hamstring stretch. So bring your hands back to your foot bar if they're not already. Bring that carriage in. Lock out that left leg, heel to the floor and toes pulled up towards the ceiling. Keep that left leg locked out as you slide that carriage away again, just till you feel a nice stretch down the back of that left leg. Again, hands can come where they're comfortable. And you can either rock or again take the static, whatever you like. Bring that carriage in. We'll do the other side. So carefully walk both of your knees over to the right side. Right foot down on the floor, left knee down on the carriage, and sink down to find your hip flexor stretch on this side. Hands or forearms where they're comfortable. And focus on those nice long deep breaths in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Nice, let's do our hamstrings. So hands back to that foot bar, bring that carriage in. Lock out that right knee, toes to the ceiling, and slide that carriage away till you feel a stretch down the back of that right thigh. So good, team. Our last stretch of class, let's do our child's pose. So bring that carriage all the way in to the stopper. Carefully walk your knees onto your carriage. You can take your knees nice and wide. Your feet can stay together. Hands are shoulder width apart on your foot bar, bum to heels, and slide that carriage away. So melting your chest down towards those springs. Your knees are as far apart as you'd like them to be or need them to be to make space for your baby bump if you are doing this pregnant. Another option here is to bring your bum above your knees. Deepen the stretch through the shoulders, the upper back. And it does just make a little bit more space for our bump if that's more comfortable as well. Otherwise, if you're in that child's pose, maybe take a little twist. So lift your right hand off that foot bar, reach it underneath your body for the left side of the room. See if you can relax that right shoulder down to your carriage underneath you. Inhale through center, other side. Left arm reaches underneath your body. Relax that left shoulder down. And then you can come back through center on your inhale, maybe a slight little back extension as you come up. Keep those shoulders down. And that is your class. Well done. I hope you found that as challenging as I did, because I do feel like I worked really hard. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you feel strong. And I'll see you in the next workout. Bye.